Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with a video going over CCleaner for Mac. Now, CCleaner has been one of my favorite programs on Windows for quite a while, and it has just come out of beta on OS 10. So to download it, of course, I'll have a link in the description of this video. You can download it at puriform.com, or I believe that's how you say it anyway. But let me just give you guys a little example of what CCleaner is all about. So, as you may have guessed from the name, CCleaner is all about clearing up the junk on your computer. Now, of course, there's a lot of stuff on Windows, and people, give Windows a bad rap for that. However, you can definitely get some junk on your Mac, which can definitely slow it down, and of course, just eat up disk space and all kinds of stuff. So, this is a great way to keep it nice and clean. So it's split up into a couple of categories, and I'll try to go through them as briefly as I can. So over here, you can go ahead and clear out web browsers. So just as far as like things that come automatically installed in OS 10. So let's say, for example, we wanted to have Safari totally clean, just like a brand new install, so we can delete cookies, history, cache, all that kind of stuff. I don't actually think I'm going to do that, but if you wanted to, always it is kind of nice to have something that's, kind of like a brand new, fresh browser. Over here, you can take care of system things. So, for example, it can automatically delete our trash, recent documents, application servers. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the servers and leave probably everything else alone. There's also system applications, so we can clean up the junk. Now, do keep in mind, it's not like wiping everything. So what it's doing is it's wiping out like not system files, temporary files. Generally, it's not going to maybe affect anything major. Of course, if you delete cookies and all that kind of stuff, it can do it. But in general, it's just going to do kind of behind the scenes stuff, just to kind of speed everything up. On top of that, you also do have access for third-party applications. So for Chrome, I'm not going to delete anything. Kind of like to have all my my things still saved. But as far as applications go, we can go ahead and just let it clean up all this stuff. There's probably not going to be that much, but we can take a look. So once you go through everything, what you can do is you can go ahead and just clean, or we can analyze. So what I'm going to do is analyze. And here we go. So this is the analysis. We're going to go ahead and remove about 7.5 gigs or so worth of stuff. Pretty much all that's in my trash, but we can see here that there was some software update. There's like 15 megs there. iTunes had some stuff. QuickTime had, for some reason, 98 megabytes. So there's all kinds of stuff. But once we're figured out, we go, okay, that we don't want any of this stuff. Just hit clean, and whoosh, it'll be gone. And we've just saved 7.5 gigs on our hard drive, which is pretty cool, especially if you have a small SSD like I do. Now, there are also some other tools here. So, for example, you can uninstall things very simply. So, let's say I no longer wanted VLC or whatever. I could just uninstall it straight from here. Nothing spectacular, but it is nice to have all this in one area. You can also repair permissions. So, if there's something wrong, you can easily just say, okay, I'm going to repair it or verify or whatever. And you can also erase free space on your drive, which I don't recommend if you have a solid state drive, but if you want to go ahead and make sure that no one, like for example, if you're selling your Mac or whatever, this is a good way to go. And lastly, there's a kind of cool little feature that allows you to delete cookies individually. So let's say, of course, cookies are the little bits of information that your web browser will download from pretty much any site. As you guys can see here, a lot of this stuff is not anything I want. I don't want 112.207.net like that. A lot of this is from advertisers or whatnot. So you know what? If I want to delete all these, but still save a couple. So for example, I want to stay signed into YouTube and Google, so I can go ahead and move a couple over here. And I'm not going to go through all these on camera because that would probably take quite a while, but you can go through and keep all the cookies that you want, delete the rest, and you're going to be good to go. Anyway, guys, that's going to be about it for my little video on CCleaner for Mac. I highly recommend it. It's a great program. Like I said, I love it on Windows, and now that it's over on OS 10, I'm definitely going to be using it quite a bit. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to leave it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.